Liz Bothrop.
I'm Leela Yelisetti.
And we're part of the Seattle Clinic Defense, and we're here today because we oppose the bullying and manipulative tactics of crisis pregnancy centers. They're also called limited service pregnancy centers, and they're often funded privately and run by religious organizations that oppose both abortion and contraception. And they set up usually in close proximity to real, legitimate, comprehensive reproductive clinics like Planned Parenthoods or other independent clinics that provide abortion and comprehensive reproductive services, and they bully women out of getting abortions.
Yeah, they're not at all required to be staffed by medical professionals. Most of them are not. They might have an ultrasound machine that they actually use to try to guilt women into not getting abortions. They're not regulated at all because they're not real clinics, so they're not bound to any patient confidentiality laws. There have been many documented cases of them actually calling women, trying to, telling them to their parents, harassing them subsequent to their visits. There's also, I think the big federal study that was done on it said that at least 2/3 of these clinics have provided false information to women, such unsubstantiated claims like that abortions lead to an increased risk of breast cancer, that there's a connection between abortions and depression, and a number of other claims that are just simply false. And unfortunately, there's actually more of these clinics, these centers nationwide than there are actual real reproductive clinics in this country, so we want to help raise awareness about them.
Provide unnecessarily long waiting times. For instance, you'll go in and they usually offer free pregnancy tests, and they'll force you to sit and wait for over an hour when they basically do a standard issue pregnancy test you could do in your bathroom in less than 5 minutes. They often tell women that they're further along in their pregnancies than they actually are to prevent them from going to get abortions, or from insinuating that they're too far along in their pregnancy and that the abortion will cost an additional amount of money, as they usually have to charge more money for upwards of $300 to $400 to $500 more if it's in a second term or second trimester abortion. So even if they do release the women and let them go make a choice, they often provide them false information and lead them astray.
Been a right-wing backlash against women's rights in this country, and we're seeing, state after state pass more and more restrictions, from, waiting periods to, most recently in South Dakota, requiring that women actually visit one of these fake clinics before they can go ahead with the decision to have an abortion. So basically forcing them to be misinformed about their rights and about their options. And there's been even more disgusting bills that have been floated, like in South Dakota, that it'd be legal to kill an abortion provider. There's a bill, I believe it was in Georgia, that would actually require investigations of women's miscarriages to determine whether or not they were actually self-imposed. Just really heinous violations. On the federal level, the right wing is talking about trying to cut off all funding for Planned Parenthoods nationwide. They're also talking about actually having the IRS conduct audits of women's abortions, because on a federal level they're only allowed in cases of rape or incest, so it would actually force women who went through a horrendous experience to talk to an IRS auditor and have to go through that whole experience again. It's absolutely disgusting.